Hello everybody and welcome back to another Minecraft mod showcase. My name is BiglyShronk and today we'll be looking at a mod called Medieval Buildings Mod, which is a mod that adds 5 new structures to greatly improve your exploration experience. So if you enjoy this video or any other content I do, feel free to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Helps me out a ton knowing you are enjoying this content. This further encourages me to create more content like this for you. It does truly mean the world. So let's just jump right in. Like I said, these add 5 new structures that you can find naturally generating all around your world. Starting off, we're going to start off with the fort. The fort is I think the largest structure in this mod. It is essentially a beefed up village with a nice big wall and just so much more. You can see the villagers naturally spawn. And I do love the look of this. They do use the, I want to say, unorthodox building processes because, like, you know, meaning they just don't use what some of the things were intended to use. So you could honestly save a bunch of slabs on some barrels dismantling this thing. A lot of cobwebs. Okay, this guy needs to dust around like crazy. But you can actually find loot in here in all of these structures. Every single structure has some form of loot, and the loot ranges from different types. God, these people really need to dust up. Holy. But I do love the overall look of this. You have the different types of buildings. I believe this is like a chapel or like the church, very similar to the cleric place. We have this area here, very, very cool. It looks like a nice little library here. Ooh, a lot of good gear there. Yo, that is crazy. The loot might be a bit OP, especially if you're just finding totems of them dying and diamonds in one chest. Holy moly. I do love the look of these overall as well. They are very, very well detailed. Probably, you know, this might be my favorite structure. I know we just got started, but this alone might be my favorite structure in the entire mod pack. Next up here, we have a house. Now, there is 2 different types of houses. House number 1 and house number 2. And judging by the icon I chose for house number 1, you could probably guess and what type of house this is. The first house variant is this beat up, rundown, very, very similar to the abandoned villages that you find naturally generating around the world. Very, very similar to this. Just an abandoned home with some loot, still not as good as the loot inside the fortress, but still, you know, some useful stuff like iron. Some of them do have a free brewing stand too, which is very, very nice. Nothing too crazy about this one. Again, I do love the detail, I will say again. It looks great regardless. I mean, even with all this beat up and broken down, all the cobwebs everywhere, I do believe it adds to the fun because, like, just imagine, like, coming across this one exploring and you're just like, whoa. And you're like, what is this? And you just, like, all the cobwebs just lure you in to investigate. Up next, we're going to be taking a look at just the regular house over here, and the house over here is just a fully refurbished, not abandoned house. And the loot, again, you can loot them, and a diamond in there, a diamond in there. Oh my gosh, the loot's incredible. But you do have villagers naturally spawning in these parts as well. Now, if I'm not mistaken, there are different variants of these certain structures. Like, it's not like you're gonna find one the exact same every single time. Like, I think there are different types, and there is some variation between the houses. Like, this one does have like a little barn with a lot of hay, which I think some of them don't. So yeah, this is super cool. I do love, again, just take the other house that we looked at and just make it as if it was, you know, lived in. And this is what you get. Again, very, very nice looking. I do love the look of all this. Next up, we have a ship. These can spawn in the middle of the ocean. I actually had to find another one because the first ship I found was actually embedded in an iceberg. I can't show that off. But these things are so bright and vibrant. Not those ones. But these ships are so bright and vibrant. You could see these from miles away. And, you know, they make it easy to get on, too, with the oars and stuff. But the design, I do like the use of the mangrove wood. I think that is amazing. I think this is a cannon that's attached to the front. Very cool. Very cool. Take all the seats down here. We go into the back here. There is some loot. Some pretty nice loot, actually. There unfortunately is no crow's nest. There really is no way to get up to the top of the big mast, which is, again, that's perfectly fine. This looks incredible either way, but that is the ship. And now we move on to our last structure. Our last structure is pretty neat. It is the tower. It is a nice big tower that, again, all these are found naturally spawning around the world, just like any other structure mod. This one, they chose a very nice place to make this spawn, because that's nice. Right at the top of the crease, right at the top of the plains biome. It looks like it belongs right here. But going inside, you can see there is a loot chest with some, weapons and tools there. And you go all the way up, and there's a mob spawner up top with some more killer loot. Even though there is a mob spawner up here, the loot's worth it. Well, I mean, I just know everyone watching this video is Minecraft Pro. So a mob spawner won't be any trouble for you guys. Taking one last look around, I do love how this looks. The color difference is very nice. I like how they added this extra bit here to add to, just to make it pop more. I also love how organic the bottom looks, like as if this is built on top of a big stone and they just mined it out and decided, hey, let's build some more. I do love the look of that. And even they took into account, so down here, majority of the blocks down here are natural blocks. But as you move up, you get more structured with the stone bricks up closer towards the top. And as you come down, those stone bricks slowly start to disappear. Well, my friends, that is the end of this mod showcase. If you want to check out the mod for yourself, it will be down in the description below. And with that being said, you guys have a great day and be safe out there.